Today we are going to see an important derivation in flexibility method of analysis, which is how to derive the flexibility matrix for a beam element. Here I am considering a beam with span L and is acted upon by two moments at both ends P1 and P2. The beam is simply supported. To find out the flexibility matrix, the easiest method is conjugate beam method. For that, we have to know what is a conjugate beam. A conjugate beam is an imaginary beam with same dimensions as that of a real beam, and it is loaded with moment by EI diagram, that is bending moment by EI diagram of the real beam. Some important facts on conjugate beams are: a simply support in a real beam is taken as simply support in a conjugate beam. That is no difference for a hinge and roller. But for a fixed end in a conjugate beam, for a fixed end in a real beam, it is converted as free end. But a free end in a real beam is taken as fixed end. Hence we get a conjugate beam. So in the analysis, to find out the slope of real beam, we need to calculate the shear force in a conjugate beam. Secondly, to find out the deflection in a real beam, we need to calculate the bending moment in a conjugate beam. That is, a beam which is loaded with M by EI diagram of a real beam is known as conjugate beam. If we are finding out the shear force in a conjugate beam, we will get the slope of real beam. At the same time, if we are finding out the bending moment in a conjugate beam, we will get the deflection of the real beam. Going to the derivation. Firstly, I am considering the moment at first point as unity. That is, I am applying a unit moment at first point. At the same time, the moment at second point is neglected. Hence, the reactions at the supports will be moment by span length, which is 1 by L. Since the applied moment is in clockwise direction, the reaction will be in anti-clockwise direction. Hence, at first point, the reaction 1 by L will be downwards, and at the second point, the reaction 1 by L will be upwards. Then, going to M by EI diagram. That is, for finding out the conjugate beam of the real beam. Since the reaction at first point is 1 by L, which is acting upwards, as the sign convention, the bending moment, the moment occurring at the real beam will be sagging. Hence, following the sign convention as sagging negative, sagging positive and hogging negative, the bending moment diagram will be positive. So we have to draw the bending moment diagram in above the line. So taking from right end, the bending moment diagram will be in triangular shape with maximum value 1 at the left end. Since it is a M by EI diagram, we have to divide the value 1 by EI. Hence we get a triangular shape M by EI diagram. To get the conjugate beam of the real beam, we need to convert the beam as conjugate beam. For that, we need to load the beam with M by EI diagram, that is triangular shape loading, with maximum value 1 by EI. Since the supports are simply supported, hence there is no change of support conditions, simply supported itself. To find out the slope at the real beams, we need to calculate the shear force. Since we had applied moments at 1 and 2, the displacement will be the rotations. For a moment, the displacement will be a rotation. At the same time, for a load, the displacement will be a distance itself. Hence, we need to calculate the slope at 1 and 2. Hence, we have to find out the shear force at 1 and 2. So, it is a simple diagram loaded with simple structure, loaded with a triangular shape loading. Hence, the shear force at 2 dash will be the slope at 2 dash and shear force at 1 dash will be the slope at 1 dash. So, to find out the shear force at 1 and 2, we need to calculate the reactions R1 and R2. For that, the sum of the reactions will be the total loading. Hence, R1 plus R2 will be half into 1 by EI into L. That is L by 2 EI. Then taking moment from first point, sigma M1 is equal to 0. Hence, what we get? The value of R2. The value of R2 will be L by 6 EI. Hence, from R1 plus R2, what we get? The value of R1 as L by 3 EI. By getting the values of R1 and R2, we could find out the shear forces. Shear force at 2 dash will be by considering the sign conventions right up negative. The shear force at 2 dash will be minus of R2. Hence it is L by minus of L by 6 EI. Then shear force at 1 dash. Shear force at 1 dash will be minus of L by 6 EI plus loading, that is minus of R2 plus loading, which is L by 3 EI. Hence, what we get is slope at 2 dash is equal to minus of L by 6 EI and slope at 1 dash for the real beam is L by 3 EI. While applying the moment at first point. Similarly, we have to work on the moment at second point. At that time, the moment at first point is neglected and the moment at second point will be unity. Since the moment at second point is also in clockwise direction, the reactions will be in anti-clockwise direction and their values will be 1 by L. At first point it is downwards and at the second point it is upward. Then by drawing the M by EI diagram, since the clockwise moment is applied at the second point, the beam may deflect upwards. Hence it is a hogging, so that by the sign convention the hogging will be negative and the bending moment diagram we have to draw downwards. By drawing a conjugate beam for this case, what we get is an M by EI diagram loaded on the structure. Here the M by EI diagram will be loaded from downwards, or what we have to draw is an upward diagram with negative sign. So here I am taking an upward diagram with negative sign. Hence the reaction also R1 and R2. To find out the reactions, what we have to do is the sum of the reactions is equal to sum of the load, total load. Since the load is negative, we have to take it as minus of L by 2EI. Then taking moment from first point by considering equilibrium, sigma M1 is equal to 0. What we get is R2 is equal to minus of L by 3EI and R1 is equal to minus of L by 6EI. From these values, shear force at 1 dash is equal to, by considering right up negative, shear force at 1 dash is equal to minus of L by 6EI, that is R1. The value of R1 what we get is minus of L by 6EI. Since the direction of loading is taken as upward, left upward is positive as per the sign convention. Hence, shear force at 1 dash is equal to R1. Since the value of R1 is taken as negative, we have to put the negative sign here also, minus of L by 6EI. Again, shear force at 2 dash. Here I am finding out the shear force from left side and following the sign convention right up negative. Right up negative means left down also negative. That is, left upward is positive. Hence, R1 minus loading will get shear force at 2 dash. That is, shear force at 2 dash is equal to R1 minus loading. Since the value of R1 is minus of L by 6EI, we are substituting it as minus of L by 6EI and minus loading. Hence, minus of minus becomes plus, minus of L by 6EI plus L by 2EI, which is L by 3EI. So, to find out the slope at first point 1 dash, we have to consider both the moments at 1 and 2, that is P1 and P2. Hence the equation will be slope at 1 dash is equal to slope due to moment at 1 plus slope due to moment at 2. So slope at 1 dash is equal to slope produced by the moment at 1 plus slope produced by the moment at 2. Hence, here we got the slope due to unit moment. We have to multiply the value of moment to get the real slope, total slope. That is, slope due to moment at 1, the value will be L by 3EI into P1 plus slope due to moment at 2. What we get is shear force at 1 dash is minus of L by 6EI. So minus of L by 6EI into P2. Hence the total slope at 2 dash is also find out like this. Slope due to moment at 1 plus slope due to moment at 2. Hence, slope due to moment at 1 is minus of L by 6EI to find out the slope at 2 dash. Then slope due to moment at 2, which is plus L by 3EI. Hence, minus of L by 6EI into P1 plus L by 3EI into P2. Hence, we can write the total slope or total displacement as delta is equal to, by writing down this equation in matrix format, what we get is L by 3EI minus of L by 6EI minus of L by 6EI L by 3EI into P1 by P2. P1 P2. Okay, then taking out the common factor L by 6EI, what we get is 2 minus 1 minus 1 2 within the bracket and P1 P2. By equating this value with the equation delta is equal to Fp, that is displacement is equal to flexibility into force, we will get flexibility as F is equal to L by 6EI 2 minus 1 minus 1 2. Thank you.